Well, good morning, gamers. Truly this time, because it's actually sunrise, and oh my god. As this flaming ball of fire rises atop the sand crest in the distance, I think about everything. My life, the future. Do I want to have kids one day? Oh my gosh. It's beautiful. Awe-inspiring. Truly. So ever since this new fog stuff released, I've been messing with it and testing with it. You saw my initial experiments in part 1. Today, I have some more big discoveries involving light and times of day and even more. Smash the like and let's go. Oh, then heat waves. We need to make a petition right here. 100%, they need to add heat wave distortion, ocean waves, and sandstorms. Also, icicles and in general, icy, snowy biome sound ambience. This thing right here, petition, we need it now. Caleb, apply to Mojang, please. So the relatively recent preview, 1.21.90.26, it was actually pretty significant. Now, not too long ago here, we took our initial deep dive into this new fog business and some of the other various changes inside of the latest preview. It was pretty cool. You guys seem to enjoy it, and as you maybe have noticed, I've been absolutely loving vibrant visuals lately too. With that being said, I jumped in, hunkered down, and got to work testing fog in a bunch of different situations. Many of the tests this time around were inspired by the biggest geniuses on the internet, you guys. So if you left a comment on the last one, thank you. Fog, this overworld update, is beautiful, but probably even more beautiful than we already even thought. With our deep dive into fog today, I want to kick things off back in time. Minecraft preview 1.21.90.25. So I almost included it in part 1 because I just thought it was interesting at the least, but I ended up cutting it out here. But we actually had our setup for fog updates, one preview before the fog was actually fully implemented. We talked about this before in the earlier video. It did nothing at the time. It sort of all just goes to say and prove that it's very important to sometimes take a look at the interesting technical code that is implemented in snapshots and previews. Very obviously, clearly here, this was all leading towards what the devs were about to implement. Now, when we initially checked out fog in part 1 here, we did most of our fog looking at like a midday or once the sun was really truly in the sky. How does the fog look inside of a world during the most beautiful hours of the day, sunrise and sunset? Well, here we are inside of a biome with really dramatic fog. It's the swamp biome. As the sun begins to rise into the world here, we notice that the fog, it's here, but looking away from the fog, it's really not too apparent at all. It's only once the sun and the light actually fills up the sky that we start to really properly notice the fog. And wait, check this out. It's so subtle in there, but this sun and how it's rising into the sky, you can see light rays actually bouncing off of clouds and being dissipated here too. It's so cool. But yeah, as the sun actually starts to go up into the sky and get a little bit higher and like more intense and whatever, the fog only grows stronger and stronger. Skipping things ahead to noontime here now, we have the green fog still, but it's like honestly way less dense. Like you could totally tell walking around in the biome, the sky's going a little green no matter what here. But right now at least, it's that when the sun is at its lowest angles closest to the ground, the fog really looks the most intense and amazing. Also, I just get tempted to do cinematic shots for all of this stuff here, but I really dig how the sun looks here inside of the swamp biome. It looks good. Check it out, more of our foggy sunrises here, over inside of the biome that turns into Mexico during the daytime. Just our general warm biomes or whatever. And here at nighttime, or when the sun really isn't in the sky very much, it doesn't actually look all that much like Mexico. Just like with that stinky, sweaty Florida swamp, only once the sun really kicks itself into the sky will things actually really warm up. Now, I wish I had all day long to sit here and look at sunrises. I don't really, so flipping things over to noontime right now, this is sort of what we look like, a little bit of a baseline. Flipping things over to sunset here, it just is so beautiful. Again, with the light rays off of everything too, it's so subtle, but oh my god, I'm so in love. I'm in love. This is a breaking interruption. This graph, it shows that only 30% of you who watch these videos are actually subscribed. It is my guarantee to you that if you do, your brain will always continue to grow. Sunrise over the Mushroom Island biome. This is one of the biomes with some of the best fog in my humble opinion. I actually think this is one of the few biomes that we actually checked out a little bit of a sunrise action going on in the initial preview. And oh, mamacita, look at how the sun is bouncing off of the ice over there, glistening in the water, and then the sky, of course, slowly becoming more and more purple. Oh, man, what the devs have done inside of this biome, I love it. Even something like noontime inside of this biome, it looks good. I would argue that the sky could maybe be even more purple, though. But honestly, maybe the best looking time of all of the times, we didn't even check it out initially, it's sunset in this biome. I love how purpley pinkish the sky gets here, and then the sun, and just how this thing actually looks with those clear lines. Man, gosh, I really hope the devs never end up changing the sun. Not that they would, but it just looks really, really cool. Now, while we're here inside of maybe one of the most interesting biomes here, what if things were to roll around to nighttime here? While inside of a biome with some really amazing fog, how does the fog look in the dark? Dead of nighttime, midnight here, and you could totally tell in the sky here that it's like a little bit more purple than normal. In fact, check this out. As we move from biome to biome here, so Mushroom Island over into the cold island biome, ocean. Cold ocean biome, the sky and the moon's glow is way more blue. This is so sick looking. Go ahead and move over into the Mushroom Island. And the moon starts to glow purple, just like the sun does, and the sky's tone overall completely changes. So though these fogs may be way less noticeable during the nighttime, they are definitely here. What in the world am I looking at over there? Oh my god, that is so cool. It's an ocean monument, but it's below ice, so... Oh, whoa. Did they make ice look better too? I swear, they changed things on the low, and like, what? That looks so good with the monument below it. Oh, man, I need to explore the oceans more. Oh, dude, and look at how the firefly bushes look, too, with the fog and the nighttime, and it's purpley, and they just glow. And they actually really properly glow now. Oh, my God, this stuff is amazing. So a couple of other biomes into the nighttime here. Really beautiful thing happens in the desert biome. All of the stars have actually turned yellow at nighttime instead of, like, clear white or whatever. Oh, that's such a cool small thing. And again here, we can really notice this happen when we go from the desert biome and transition over into a completely different biome. The stars, they turn back into their normal thing, and inside of this biome, what is this, the warm ocean? The moon is so hazed out. Whoa, you can totally see right there, especially with the light tones though, how the temperature completely shifts from biome to biome. A couple of other places I figured we should go ahead and check out the fog here. The swamp biome at nighttime. There are basically, I say basically because technically they are there. They're just barely visible, but there are basically no stars in the sky at all. Swanging things over from the swamp biome over into the plains biome here, we can see all of the stars pop back into life. And from the plains biome over to a much colder mountainy biome. Oh, it starts to glow such an intense blue. Now, real quick here, one biome that we haven't checked out sunrise and sunsets in, very much at least, is the Ice Spikes biome. So as we found out before, this biome is almost honestly like a solar eclipse biome here. Beginning of the day, but still daytime, and it's actually pretty dark here. This darkness is how it's going to be basically day round. Sunrise inside of this biome, especially if you can get the sun bouncing off of things like ice, is particularly beautiful. You know, this all makes me realize today, I wish we had a command that we could use to speed up the day cycle. Now, where you could really see this difference happen here is sunrise inside of the cold biome. I mean, the sun is most definitely rising for sure. But if we move back over into like an Ice Spikes biome, you can see it get way darker. Noontime inside of the Ice Spikes biome is giving solar eclipse. But sunset inside of this biome, oh mama. This is where it's at. I love how the clouds look. I love how that sun looks so beautiful between the ice spikes. And I just love the tone of the sky with the spikes and the fog off in the distance. Really sick thing here. Midnight inside of the Ice Spikes biome. The stars are actually, you probably would have guessed it, but they are paled out. They're icy and cold. Oh, man. I love how they actually even made the fog look good at nighttime, too. Now, lighting. This actually brings an interesting point here, because with lighting, the fog coming into play, how does it actually look? So, you can see here, pretty obviously, that yes, these torches are all warm-toned, but what is making all of this stuff feel even more warm is the fact that we just have general warm ambiance across this biome. Like, the blue torch inside of the desert, it almost starts to look a little bit more green here. Really cool thing happens when you start to move away too, like the blue torch definitely turns into green when I'm farther away from it. Now, the desert biome, in my opinion, is one of the biomes in which this is most noticeable, the light dissipation into the atmosphere and changing of the tones. When we contrast it into a biome that gets a little bit more cold, you can see exactly what I'm talking about here. Like, I haven't adjusted any of my settings or whatever, the torch is way more chilly inside of this biome. So this fog stuff, it not only affects the general atmosphere, but it's actually affecting the lighting as well. The blue torch, it properly looks really blue here. And the red torch, I mean, red's a pretty intense color, so it's going to be hard to dull it out, but it looks a little bit less warm, right? I can't believe it, how much detail and thought they put into this fog stuff. And the fact that we're getting it inside of the game before VV rolls out for its first full release. It's actually kind of insane. Now, real quick here, I want to cut it and hit him with the, I got one more biome for you. I almost forgot about it, but inside of the Ice Spice biome, it's like, we know how it goes. Nighttime in the middle of day, the torches are pretty crazy here. So a normal torch, you know, it looks normal, very cold. Our redstone torch, it still looks red, but again, even more so than the cold biome we were just in, even less red. And then the blue torch, well, because of the blue lighting inside of this biome, I mean, it's obviously blue. You can't not say that, but it's like way less popping. Also, I've noticed some weird shadows going on inside of my biome here. There's like the water texture. There's ice. I don't even know, Chief. I'm not too sure. Oh, you know what? Never mind. It's just that water is like invisible. There's water right there. Now, over inside of the swamp biome, another biome with really, really interesting fog here. I think it's maybe just because of the color of the fog, which is going to be green here, that the torches, their changes, they're way less noticeable inside of this biome. In fact, the torches inside of the swamp biome, they basically look equivalent to what they look, how they are inside of the plains biome over there. So swamp biome right there, plains biome all the way over here, they don't really look that different. But oh man, the mushroom island biome, well, I guess kind of, to be honest, same thing. The torches don't really look that different here. Probably, again, because purple fog is not the yellow desert fog or whatever. But man, I just gotta say, how the torches interact and the light touches the environment, the subtle flicker, and the purple fog, the trio of features coming into play here, they look so good together. Hey, wait, also, I want you to take a look at how the lights glow together, the red and the blue torch here. That's kind of interesting how they're, like, interacting and just like fighting with each other and kind of overpowering each other right on the border there. That's cool. Now, look here, respectfully, I think you're a little bit mad, slightly crazy if you don't like the fog, but I have also discovered that there's a way to enable or disable the fog. So check this out. If I go ahead and pause the game, go into settings, go to video, and then scroll all the way down here, vibrant visuals options, we have an option actually dedicated to fog here, volumetric fog quality. So for our baseline here we are, back over inside of the swamp biome. Very noticeable fog. It's all green all over the place. Let's say maybe inside of vibrant visuals options, I took this volumetric fog quality toggle and cranked it all the way through the floor. Well, bam, the fog is fully 100% gone away now. Now, alongside the lack of fog, the sun is actually back to looking pretty normal too. It's kind of funny because you would think maybe the fog would slowly increase the more you like raise this toggle here, but if I bump it up one notch to low, well, bam, the fog is all the way back. The sun looks 100% different. And I mean, yeah, it's here. Then, and maybe I need an eye that is more trained for this type of business, but as I slowly begin to increase this stuff, I don't actually really notice that much of a difference. I don't know, maybe it's just a me thing, but I definitely feel that this toggle should slowly increase the intensity of the fog until eventually it maxes out looking like this or something. Maybe even more fog. Another thing that I was trying to test out here is render distance. You know how when you set your render distance really low in like normal Minecraft, the fog really sets in. It gets super foggy. Well, back inside of vibrant visuals with the max render distance, this is what we look like. I hate to wrap things up on a sad note today, but cranking it all the way down to 8, and actually, maybe this is a bug and perhaps it'll get fixed, but if I lower the render distance, the fog actually disappears as well. Putting things back in the middle here, we can see that the fog is like kind of like halfway here. So it basically seems like the higher you have your render distance, the more intense the fog will actually get. One last thing to peep here today, it's so weird. In the changelog, we have this new Hey Nay green sign G setting in the fog JSON files. I have no clue what this actually means, but it sounds really weird. So maybe you guys could enlighten me. This new fog, gosh golly, it sure is beautiful. When it comes to all that type of business, that's just about all we have time for today. But vibrant visuals, I love it, and I'm having so much fun with it. If there's something specific you'd like me to check out that I need to see, tell me all about it down below, or put a screenshot on r/wattles. I really want to do something with subreddit series or something sometime soon. I always say it, and maybe now is the time. Thank you all so much for watching. Smash like, subscribe, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.